Good evening. Happy Saturday evening. How are you? My Saturday, Sunday. I'm sorry, Sunday evening. Sunday evening. My Sunday evening is like this. Like so, typically my Sunday uh, goes like So Sunday morning I wake up, right, roll out of my bed, and then I come here and make an episode, and I drink vodka and whiskey, and then after the episode, humanology episode, I eat food. Then I go to bed, and I wake up in the evening. Yeah. So with some kind of this hangover, whatever, and uh, very lazy Sunday. Well, that's what Sunday is for, right? Yeah, relaxation. And so I wake up Sunday evening, and then I ate the leftover of the octopus soup, which is delicious. So one thing great about seafood is this: it's naturally seasoned, so you don't have to season it. Seafood, they live in salt water, so it's naturally seasoned with salt in the salt water, seawater. So that's what's great about seafood. So octopus soup, I didn't put anything. Just I put just water and boiled in the microwave, and oh my goodness, it's so delicious. Ooh, that was good. Yeah, saline brine, this octopus soup, it was fantastic. Okay, let me grab a beer. Yeah. Yeah. Then as a dessert, I had two apricots. I love apricots because their apricots is not sweet, right? It's kind of sour. That's what I really like about apricot because it's not sweet. Yeah, so that's good. Mm-hmm. What do we do now? I don't know. Maybe we'll just read some books, I guess. How about some Buddhist? It's a Korean Buddhist book. It's written in Chinese, right? What does this say in Chinese? Panya Shimgyong. That's Korean translation of that. I think that's what it is. Uh, in Korea, these Buddhist classics, they are known to be very difficult to understand. Why? Because they use old Chinese, okay, and also they use old Korean language as well. So it's just not easy to understand because the kind of language they use is old Chinese and old Korean language. Okay, so it's not easy to understand. Okay, so let's take a shot at it. Okay. Yeah. You see this? There's the Chinese characters, right? Above that, there's this Korean transliteration of these Chinese characters. Okay, so not easy. Okay, so Buddhist priests in South Korea, they study all this. All right, so they're like scholars. Okay, they are very learned people. Yeah, they may as well be like this Chinese translator. Okay, Buddhist, Korean, Korean Buddhist priests. They study all this stuff. Okay, so oh boy. So let me just read one sentence and one line. Give me a second. Something in my mouth. Wow. Okay. The title of this chapter, 바냐 바라 밀다 심경. Okay. First line. 상도 대홍 대흥 선사 삼장 삼은 지혜륜봉 소역 여시아문 일시 바가 범주 왕사 성취 봉산중 여대 필추중. Okay. So of course I used to know some Chinese characters because you are required to learn Chinese characters when we are in like elementary school, middle school, and high school. All right, in South Korea back in like 1980s and 1990s. How many Chinese characters we are required to memorize? We're talking old Chinese, traditional Chinese characters. Okay, couple of thousands. Okay, Chinese characters. We are required to memorize, right? Okay. So I used to know some more, but now I forgot. Okay, it's been a long time. Okay, so now the Korean translation is this. 나는 이와 같이 들었노라. I translate it to English to you. Okay. 어느 때 바가범 부처님께서 왕사성 추봉산에서 큰 비출 비구와 큰 보살의 무리와 함께 계셨느니라. 이때 세존께서는 크고 넓고 매우 깊은 산매란 경지에 들어 계셨는데 굽어 살피실 때 무리 중에 관세음 좌제라는 이름의 보살 마하살이 하나 있었다. 바냐 바라 밀다를 매우 깊이 행할 때 오온의 자성이 다공한 것을 비추어 보는 것을 보셨다. 그러자 곧 구수사리 자는 부처님의 거룩하신 신령을 받들고 공손히 합장하고 공손히 관세음자재 보살 마하살께 아뢰었다. 성자이시여, 만일 매우 깊은 반야 바라밀다의 행을 배우고자 하는 이가 있다면 어떻게 수행해야만 합니까? 라고. 이와 같이 묻고 나자 이때 관세음 자제 보살 마살이 구수 사리자에게 이렇게 말씀하셨다. 사리자야, 만일 선남선녀로서 매우 깊은 바라밀다의 행을 할 때 마땅히 온 자성이 모두 공하였음을 비추어 본다면 모든 괴로움에서 떠날 수 있으리라. 사리자야, 물질이 공했으니 공한 성품으로 물질을 보아라. 물질이 허공과 다르지 않고 허공이 물질과 다르지 않으니 물질이 곧 공이고 공이 곧 물질이며 느낌, 따짐, 저지름, 버릇, 최후, 인식도 또한 이러하니라. Okay. Yeah, it's very famous part in this Buddhist classic. It's called 공즉시색, 식즉 공즉시색, something like that. I forgot. 식즉공세고 색즉시공. Something like 공즉시색, 색즉시공. Okay, so it's very famous in China, Korea, Japan, Buddhist classical maxim. 공즉시색, 색즉시공. Okay. I translate to it in 5 minutes. Okay, let's take 5 minutes break. We continue. Buddhism day. Okay, yeah, we'll do this. Okay. All right, let's take 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so it's rather long a chapter, so I'll just translate to you what we have read so far in Korean. It's an old Korean language, okay? So, in English, there's old English, right? Like Shakespearean or like King James version, that's old English, right? Did I close my window? Yeah, I did. So, Korean language or any language is like that, okay? There's old language, old Korean and new Korean, more modern Korean, okay? So, and Buddhist classics, yeah, they're typically written in very old Korean language, okay? So that's why it's not easy for me to understand what they're talking about, okay? So I listened like this, I heard it like this. Once upon a time, Mr. Buddha was in a mountain with his disciples, his followers. Buddha, his real name is like Gautama Siddhartha. Okay, so let's talk about Mr. Buddha. He was a prince in India. All right. Then, but he refused to inherit the kingdom from his father, the king. Okay. What he did instead, he ran away and became a beggar, mendicant. Right. So he refused to inherit the kingdom from his father. So that's Mr. Buddha. And he became a beggar and just and then he was an independent thinker. Okay, so he wanted to find the truth about the world, and then after this fasting, right? Fasting like starvation, fasting. He under some willow tree, I guess, right? So then he came to some epiphany, wisdom, right? And he started to preach. So there was a crowd, and also there was money. So people giving offerings to the Mr. Buddha. So it's like Christian church, right? Yeah, we give offerings to the church. So and pastors they preach, give us sermon, right? It's kind of like that, okay? Yeah, Buddhism. So that's how it began. Okay. Mr. Jesus was the same way, right? Well, he was not born as prince in a palace like Mr. Buddha was. Uh, but Moses, he was born in not born but grew up in palace, Egyptian palace, right? Moses. But Jesus, he was born as son of carpenter Joseph, Joseph, right? And Jesus said, "Hey, I'm Jesus. I'm the son of God." And people said he's crazy, like megalomania or schizophrenia or whatever. People thought he was crazy, okay? But Mr. Buddha, he actually he was prince. He was son of a king, okay? But he ran away. He did not want to inherit kingdom, okay? All right. So in the crowd before Buddha, there's this guy, kind of cool guy, okay? So this guy bowed down to Mr. Buddha and asked a question. Hey, you holy one, uh, show me something. Teach me. How can I become righteous? Or how can I become wise? And then Mr. Buddha said, young man, if you read, if you learn from me, if you read and study these Buddhist classics, yeah, there will be no more suffering. You know, if you know something about Buddhism, maybe you may laugh at me. Feel free because it's very difficult for me to translate this. Okay, why? Because it's written in very old Korean. Okay, a lot of lost in translation. Okay, I'm just doing my best. But basically, I think that's what it's saying. What it's saying. Okay, so there we go. 공즉 시색 색즉 시공. Kinda, kinda. Okay, so yeah, the materialism, materials, like Jesus said, like mammon. Okay, mammon, yeah, money, power, fame, all these materialistic things is all vanity. It's empty vanity. Okay, and also, yeah, all this vanity, these materialistic things like money, power, fame, and sex, whatever. Yeah, it's just vanity. It's empty. It's so feeling or accusing somebody of some wrongdoing and guilt, your habit. Yeah, it's like empty. Okay, it's not a big deal basically. Okay, so okay, so that's what it says so far. We continue to read. Okay, it's the Buddhist classic that tend to have very long paragraph. All right, so we just have to randomly stop somewhere. Okay, so yeah, and it's quite heavy. All right, so yeah, we are making comparison between Buddhism, what Jesus said about mammon, money, Buddhism, Jesus, and also Mr. King Solomon in Book of Ecclesiastes, right? Yeah, everything is vain, 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 right? But that's Ecclesiastes, Solomon. That's more nihilism, nihilistic, okay? But in Buddhism or Jesus, they are not nihilists. So when King Solomon wrote that book of Ecclesiastes, I guess he was somewhat depressed. Okay, maybe he was old. Okay, been there, done that. You know, he had a lot of wives and concubines, a lot of women, like hundreds, if not thousands. Okay, many women. All right. So it's like this drug addict, right? Yeah. So he had a lot of sex with all these beautiful young ladies, hundreds of them, right? So after he done all that, nothing really excites him anymore because he's used to it, just like drug addict. Okay, I think that's where Solomon was when he wrote this book of Ecclesiastes. He's just bored, right? Been there, done that. He got all the money, power, fame, women, and now nothing is exciting anymore. I think that's where Solomon was. I think that's why he was so nihilistic when he wrote this Ecclesiastes, right? But this Buddha and Jesus, no, they are not nihilists. Nihilists. They just warn people about materialism, like money, right? Yeah, don't preoccupy yourself with money. So that's what they are saying, basically. Both Jesus and Buddha. Okay? Yeah, yeah, great minds think alike, right? Yeah. So they're pretty much saying the same thing. Right? We'll take 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we are learning something new, so that's good. Uh, Okay, we're back. So, yeah, let's take a break from Buddhism, okay? It's heavy. So, you go to grocery store and they have this plastic bottle that looks like lime or lemon, right? It's lemon juice, lime juice. I have that in my fridge, and I just squeeze it and drink a little bit every now and then. High vitamin C. I love that stuff. Yeah, just like, I love that stuff. Okay. Yeah, vitamin C. I used to take multivitamin, but I stopped doing it. Okay, because I don't think it does any good. Okay, so I don't take any multivitamin anymore. All right. Okay. So 공즉시색, 색즉시공. What does that mean? It means literal translation in English is color is blank and blank is color. All right. So that's what it is. It's very famous Buddhist maxim in Far East. Like we're talking about China, Korea, Japan. Okay. It's very famous. What does that mean? Uh, so color is blank and blank is color. It's very like a self-contradictory, ironic kind of, and yeah. So that's Buddhist classical maxim, and Jesus said something very similar. Okay, those who are willing to die for righteousness shall save their lives, and those who run away to spare their lives from doing the right thing shall lose their lives. Jesus said something like that, right? So, yeah. I think, but Buddha was probably 500 years before Jesus was born, I think. About, right? So, Buddha, Mr. Buddha, Socrates, Confucius, they are like 300 BC, something like that. 400, 500. Was some 300, 200 BC, right? Before Christ. Yeah. About. Just about. Okay, so. Uh, but there are a lot of common denominator between all these saints. Alright? Okay. Yeah. So what does color is blank and blank is color? What does that mean? There are several potential interpretation of that Buddhist maxim, right? I mean, at first blush, it's nonsensical, right? Yeah, it does not make any sense. I mean, color is blank and blank is color. Okay, well, so what does that mean? So, color in well, Korean pronunciation of the Chinese character is 색, 색, like S-A-K, 색. 색 means color, right? So 색 즉시 공, 공 means blank, emptiness, right? So color is blank and blank is color, and but 색 in Chinese, yeah, one meaning is color, and but it has some other meanings too. Okay. What else does it mean? Uh, Several things. Okay, so I want to take a guess. Okay. Yeah. Let's take 5 minutes. Okay. It means something. Okay. Something else than color. All right. So, yeah. Yeah, take a shot at it. Okay, take a guess what it means. Sec. One meaning, literal meaning is color, but it has some more metaphysical meaning. Okay, so more analogical, the allegorical meaning. Okay, kind of related to color. Okay, so take a guess. Okay, uh, we take 5 minutes. Okay, so we are talking about Buddhism, Christianity, Confucianism, and I'm drinking beer. Yeah, because okay, secular wisdom, okay, like common sense, secular wisdom. Uh, they're saying that in dating, romance market, okay, some of my dating mentors say, I have many, okay, because back in the days when I was in Cornell doing PhD, okay, I have a lot of mentors who would give me advice because I knew nothing about dating back then. Okay, what I did was study, study, study. Okay, so I wanted to date. All right, so they would give me sound advices. Okay, and some of them say, stop looking for ladies. Stop chasing skirts, just stop, okay? Because if you are desperate for ladies, they run away from you. Let them come to you. Just do your job, study, okay? Then ladies, they will come to you, okay? Let them come to you. I hear that a lot from many different people, okay? My dating mentors. Yeah, love gurus, okay? So it's kind of like the Buddhist classic, the 색즉시공 공즉시색, because 색, color, it has meaning. Yeah, one meaning is like materialism. Something glamorous, like money, power, fame. Very colorful, this, okay? Vanity. Like, that's one meaning of this 색. Colorful. Something very colorful, very glamorous, right? Yeah, flamboyant, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's one meaning. And another meaning is sex. Okay, I'm not in liberty to utter that word. I'm not in liberty to pronounce that word, but I can spell it. Right? Yeah, that's one connotation of that Chinese word, color, sek, right? In Eastern culture, right? We're talking about China, Taiwan, Korea, Japan, okay? So it does have that kind of connotation, right? Okay? So I remember some of my love gurus, my dating mentors, romance mentors, okay? And some of them male, some of them female, okay? So they say, yeah, hey guy, if you are so desperate about women and dating, you're not gonna get any, okay? But if you are comfortable being single, that means you are ready to date, and women, they will come to you. Yeah. If you are comfortable being single, if you are not desperate, then they will come to you. Yeah. So, one way to interpret that secular wisdom, uh, what's that English word, phrase, rather? I don't recall. It's not common sense, but it's more like I don't recall. Oh boy, secular wisdom. It's a phrase. Let me look it up. Oh boy, this English word or phrase, secular wisdom. I don't recall. All right. We just call it secular wisdom. Yeah, I don't recall. There's some English common phrase. What so secular wisdom. Okay, we just call it at that. So one way to interpret that secular wisdom, yeah, if you are desperate as a guy looking for a date, you're not gonna get it. But if you are comfortable being single, then yeah, women will come to you. That kind of right. So one way to interpret that secular wisdom is this. Okay, so let's say you study hard and you work hard, so you make good money, you pay the bills, and you keep working hard and you make extra. So you have disposable income. Then yeah, women will come to you. Why? Uh, because women, they get pregnant and they have babies, and then during the pregnancy and right after giving birth to baby, she's disabled. She have to stay at home. Bonding period. Okay. So somebody has to support that lady and child. So if you're a man with disposable income, then yeah, you can have wife and children. Okay? Yeah. Makes sense, right? Yeah. So the best way to get very high quality lady, yeah, study, work, and make a lot of money. Then women, they will come after you. Okay, so how about me? I'm not intent. It's not my intention to get married and have children. Okay. My job is to study and save the world. All right. So that's why I study and foreign languages because I enjoy studying. Okay. I'm Asian. Yeah, very stereotypical Asian I am. I smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, liquor, and study mathematics, foreign language. Very typical Asian, stereotypical Asian. Okay. I fit right into that geeky, gooky, cookie, nerdy, with prescription glasses and this dandruff on the shoulder, kind of Asian, geeky, nerdy Asian. Yeah, I am just that. Single, not very popular among ladies. Yeah, I'm very much Asian stereotypical. American, yeah, Amerasian, American Asian, Amerasian. All right, yeah, that's me. Yeah. Politics, I'll keep on trying. I don't know whether I get elected or not. It doesn't matter. I enjoy campaigning. So every 2 years, yeah, I will run for something. Every 2 years. Yeah. So that's 색즉시공 공즉시색. Okay. Yeah. Alright. I think that's enough, right? Yeah. We talked enough about Buddhism, its connection, some common denominator with secular wisdom, romance market, Bible, Christianity. Okay. Yeah. We are very good at connecting the dots, pattern recognition. Okay. Yeah. We're good at it. All right, let's take 5 minutes, okay? All right. It's been almost 1 hour, so let's stop and restart, okay? All right.